A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be. Rosalind Carter.
Leadership is a dynamic force that has the power to motivate, inspire, and guide people towards achieving their goals, as well as creating positive change in the world. It can be exhibited in many different contexts, including politics, business, sports, or community organizations. A strong leader has the ability to influence others and drive the business towards success. Effective leadership will set the tone for the entire organization. In particular, women's leadership in the workplace can be incredibly valuable. Research has shown that organizations with gender diversity in leadership roles tend to have a more positive workplace culture and perform better financially. Women leaders play a vital role in promoting a more equitable and supportive work environment. It's important that we continue to promote and support women's leadership at all levels of society in order to drive innovative solutions and inspire the future generations of women. Women in business are a powerful force. As executives, entrepreneurs, and leaders, women have brought their unique perspectives to the table and proven to be highly successful in these roles. Regardless of their opportunities and roles being limited, women have been involved with business in many capacities for centuries. Women began to enter the workforce in large numbers in the early 20th century. During World War II, they were encouraged to enter the workforce in order to fill the labor shortage that was left by men who were serving in the war. Although there were significant gains, it was not until the second half of the 20th century that women began to break down substantial barriers and receive greater access to leadership positions. Women are now a part of every division of the economy, making notable contributions all around the world. Despite challenges such as gender bias or the lack of access to mentorship still existing today, women continue to push forward and make their mark on the business world. They drive growth, innovation, and positive change. As more organizations recognize the value of diversity, there is an increasing focus on providing the resources needed for women leaders to succeed. The future for women's leadership is bright, and their impact will continue to be felt for the years to come. Everyone is unique, bringing their own valuable experiences and ideas to our collective understanding of the world. When we honor and listen to each other's voices, we create a society that is more diverse and inclusive. Marginalized groups have historically had their voices ignored or silenced for far too long. Women are among these groups that have been excluded from important conversations and decision-making processes. As women make up nearly half of the world's population, it is only evident of the powerful impact their experiences and perspectives can have. By amplifying female voices, we can benefit from these valuable contributions and promote gender equality. When voices are ignored, it can lead to resentment and frustration. If voices are not heard, then things cannot change. In turn, these responses can unintentionally reinforce gender inequality. Listening to female voices will promote feelings of empowerment and help address complex global challenges. When we want our voices to be heard, there are a few things we can remind ourselves. What I have to say is of value. My voice matters. I am resilient. I am not alone. It's important for me to speak my truth. I am not only standing up for myself, I am standing up for others. Imagine a workplace where every person feels heard, valued, and empowered to bring their full potential to work. That's the power of inclusive leadership. Inclusive leadership is a leadership style that seeks to create a culture of belonging. It embraces diversity, promotes fairness and equity, as well as fosters a collaborative work environment for every individual to thrive. This leadership approach recognizes that leadership is not only about the individual leader, but also about creating a welcoming and supportive environment for everyone, regardless of their gender, age, race, religion, or other characteristics. When leaders prioritize inclusivity, they create a workplace culture where women are respected and valued. Inclusive leadership is especially important to women's leadership development, as it will help to address the challenges that women leaders often face. Since women are often underrepresented in leadership positions and encounter bias, this leadership approach will promote an environment where all individuals can succeed based on their skills, not their identity. Some important components of inclusive leadership include open communication, fostering a workplace environment where open and honest communication is encouraged. Empathy, understanding the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of another individual. Self-awareness, having a deep understanding of how personal assumptions and biases impact interactions with others. Accountability, holding ourselves as well as others accountable for creating a culture that embraces diversity, equity, and inclusion. 4. Continuous learning, seeking out new perspectives and being committed to ongoing learning and growth. Behind every successful organization is a leader who has the courage, vision, and determination to inspire their team towards achieving exceptional results. Successful leaders are people who see beyond the present and anticipate future opportunities. They are dedicated to the success of their team and put in the time and effort to seek change. Leaders can come from all walks of life and be found in various industries. Although leadership positions have historically been predominantly occupied by men, more women continue to rise to successful leadership positions. While there are many qualities and characteristics that determine a great leader, gender is not one of them. Anyone, no matter their gender, can possess the necessary skills to become a successful leader. To effectively lead and inspire others, it's critical to have a deep understanding of the industry, as well as the broader economic, social, and political context in which it operates. A great leader can adapt to changing circumstances and take calculated risks. They have strong communication skills that include empathy and emotional intelligence. Good communication skills are the key to building strong relationships with team members and fostering a positive and collaborative work environment. Successful leaders will also lead by example through their actions and behaviors, while staying committed to personal and professional growth. Ultimately, a great leader is one who is able to achieve their goals while also creating a meaningful impact on the world. Gender equity has the potential to transform people, organizations, and societies. Rather than simply treating everyone equally, equity focuses on addressing and correcting the imbalances or disparities between groups. It involves recognizing that people have different needs, challenges, and experiences, and seeking to ensure that they are given what is needed to succeed. Gender equity is incredibly important for women's leadership development, as it helps remove barriers to women's advancements, creates a more inclusive environment, and addresses historical injustices. When equity is not achieved, human potential is limited and systemic inequalities persist. While women have been historically excluded from positions of power and influence, gender equity seeks to correct these imbalances. Now, let's look at a practical illustration. Dr. Amara Mitchell has always been a passionate advocate for women in healthcare. As the chief of staff at the city's largest hospital, she had witnessed firsthand the challenges that many women face in a male-dominated industry. Dr. Mitchell knew that in order to provide the best care for their patients, the healthcare industry needed more female voices at the table. When a group of women in business invited Dr. Mitchell to speak at their annual conference on the importance of inclusive leadership and gender equity, she eagerly accepted. In her speech, Dr. Amara Mitchell shared her own experiences of working in a field where female voices were often overlooked or dismissed. She emphasized the need for leaders to actively seek out and include diverse perspectives, not just in the healthcare industry, but across all sectors. Dr. Mitchell also highlighted the importance of gender equity, not just in terms of pay and promotions, but also providing women with the support and resources they need to succeed. The audience was captivated by her speech, and many of them approached her afterward to thank her for inspiring them to take action within their own workplaces. Dr. Mitchell left the conference feeling hopeful that her message would help drive positive change and empower more women to take on leadership roles in their fields.